Hi, I'm Kathi Flynn, back with another video for Thriving with Autism. Today I'm going to talk about the signs of autism. If you have a child that you are concerned about and perhaps suspect that he or she may have an autism diagnosis, then keep watching. This video may be helpful. Now, I need to start out by saying that I am not a psychologist nor a neurologist, and I do not have the qualifications to diagnose autism. However, I have been in the field for over a decade, and I have worked with so many different children over this time that have presented with a wide variety of skills and behaviors. I have been able to pinpoint many signs of autism. I also want to say that these signs of autism may exist together or they may not. If your child has at least 3 to 5 of the signs I will talk about here, then I would recommend that you get your child evaluated. If you get a diagnosis of autism, you should be entitled to services for your child depending on where in the world that you live. These services can include special education, applied behavior analysis, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech therapy. It is important that you understand that this channel will always be a proponent of any special ed services for your child with autism. Why? Because I believe in the growth mindset, and I believe special ed services help children with autism find a way to communicate, take care of daily living skills, decrease behaviors, and make a ton of progress with early developmental skills, as well as many more advanced academic skills. As a special ed teacher, I have seen and been a part of so many success stories. So, if you also have a growth mindset for your child and are seeking out parent training strategies so you can find out how to help your child with autism, please hit the subscribe button to learn more every week. Before I get into the list, please note that any one sign on this list does not mean that your child automatically has autism. Like I said before, several signs from this list may indicate a diagnosis of being somewhere on the autism spectrum. This information comes from my own experiences, from the experiences of many other parents, and from the DSM-5, which is the diagnostic tool used to determine autism. Now, let's move on to the list. The first area of deficit I want to focus on is communication. A classic sign of autism is a language delay. This is seen as a nonverbal or partially verbal child beyond the age of 2 who is still not talking, labeling, requesting, or even pointing. If a child is beginning to vocalize, he or she may use a lot of gibberish as well as scripting, which is copying a word-for-word mini script from a cartoon, video, commercial, or show. Language that does emerge from a child with autism is usually repetitive and does not follow typical conversational turns or have the purpose of communicating with others. Another classic sign of autism is repetitive stereotypical movements and self-stimulatory movements. This can include toe walking, flapping, finger movements, persistent jumping or tapping, or even rocking or repetitive head movements. This repetitive behavior can also include lining things up, being obsessed with order or routines, and cleaning things up. Now, let's talk about the lack of social skills. Babies are naturally social. They will use eye contact, gestures, and play skills that are imaginative and social in nature, seeking out others to show toys to, interact with, and touch. Children on the autism spectrum do not tend to show eye contact or attention to others. They may not respond to their names or seek out others to involve them into their play. They usually need time to learn how to use greetings and simple conversations with others. And one other sign I want to talk about is intense interest in any one kind of toy or object. If your child is showing narrow interest in a digital product like an iPad or the phone, or some kind of toy or object like trains, cars, or even fans or vacuum cleaners, then this could potentially be another sign of autism. I will follow up with another video next week all about sensory processing disorder, which can go hand in hand with autism. It does not always. My son has issues with sensory and he is not autistic, but almost every child I have worked with on the autism spectrum have had some kind of affinity for sensory activities, known as sensory seekers, or maybe aversive to sensory input, known as sensory avoiders. So look forward to that next week. Again, hit the subscribe button to keep up with more videos from this channel and share it with others who could benefit from its teachings. Until next time, I'm Kathi Flynn, and this is Thriving with Autism.